Yo, Kipis guy here. Hey, John Paul has broken the bank. He's cracked the piggy bank open and has purchased himself a PB-17. It was only a couple weeks ago that I was here, and he had the dual DN10s, the sealed Deftex, and he instantly said, "Forget this. It's time." And he brought me over. These are very hard to get a chance to review because they're so big, and SVS wants them to go to the consumer, which is absolutely understandable. But while he has one, I'm going to take advantage of a chance to review it for you guys. But this review will be a little bit different because he has spent way more time with it than I have. This is day 3 going on, maybe day 4 soon, of him owning the sub, and he's listened to it literally. I don't think he's even turned this thing off yet. So I'm going to let him really kind of give the review. Of course, I'll tell you how I feel about it in the short time that I'm here. But John Paul, can you just kind of start off with what is this thing, model number, size of the driver, power, all that good stuff? Go ahead.
Yeah, so absolutely. I'm so excited to have this. Sold the DN10s and used that as the down payment for this. I'm like, I want it enough. I can't pay cash, but it doesn't matter, whatever. But so, oh my gosh, this came in, and I'm sure some of you, I know at least one of you has looked at the little YouTube short that I made on my channel. And we just unboxed this thing, me and my buddy Ben, and we were like, oh my gosh. Like, I've been watching the video since this thing came out back in October, and I knew it was a 17-inch driver, and I knew the box was, this is about 2 feet deep, and I'm like, I want one, and I get so used to that little DN10.
Yeah.
But it came in, and I mean, holy smokes. I mean, we had it right here, and it's just overwhelming. I mean, when you've never seen a sub that big, and Kyle has his 15s, and that's just massive. So, I mean, I don't think they're this wide, are they?
Mine?
Wide, like.
One of mine is a little bit bigger than this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But this in here, I've never seen something this big. So yeah, this is a 17-inch driver. I mean, this is fiberglass right here. So
Yeah.
I mean, I could bang on this all day and it not go anywhere, which I'm not used to. But I'm still getting used to how big this thing is. I love it. So 2,800 watts RMS, SVS claims 6,000 watts, and then down to 8 hertz, which I think I might be getting pretty close to in this room. I mean, at a certain point, of course, below 17 hertz where the human ear can stop hearing, I physically, it just goes full tangibility. I mean, you don't hear it. There's an explosion that, and it just totally all you can feel, and your chair is shaking like this. And one song I would recommend you all play if you want to really test your subs, which this one just eats it up. It's called Vertigo by Joey Vontez. It's the slowed version.
Yeah, I'll put it on screen for you guys.
Yeah. It just eats it up. I mean, there's nothing else I've played in here, and it plays it easily. Everything in here shaking. The acoustic panels I've kind of given up on just making them symmetrical. They've just shifted, and everything has shifted, and I love it. But my favorite thing has got to be the app. I mean, you just no more, because we'd be watching a movie, and I would have 4 people down here, and I'd be like, sorry guys, and the whole menu's on the screen on the Denon, and having to turn up or down the bass and stuff, and it's just not good, but I just do it all through the app, which I love. But I have this thing in extended mode, so I've got one port plugged, so a little less output, but I can definitely tell it digs a lot deeper, but I love it quite a bit. This thing is just absolutely massive.
Have you at all tried it with sealed yet? Have you even ventured with that?
I have. I did for literally 30 seconds at a time.
What was the difference to you compared to, say, extended mode?
A little, I mean, the total other end of the spectrum. It probably, just from hearing it, I haven't ran anything yet. I've just been so excited, just been hearing it and stuff. I haven't measured anything.
Mm-hmm.
I've calibrated it with the Odyssey, but that's it. Definitely doesn't dig deep in Vertigo. It won't do that. But it's tighter. But I much prefer to feel it and have it go lower than it be tighter.
Right.
I mean, but I would say if the RS1, for example, by JTR, if it dug this deep, being a sealed subwoofer, if it dug this deep and had the same output and also had the tightness of a sealed subwoofer, I would take it over this one just because, but I don't know if it does or not.
Yeah. So what you're saying, GTR RS1 is a much smaller cabinet in comparison. Most of the cabinet is the driver itself, right? It's just big enough to fit the driver in, but it's an 18-inch sealed sub. Price about $700 more than the PB-17s.
I love this more.
Yeah, It looks better.
Yeah.
The JTR is 2400 watts RMS versus 28. I don't know a peak wattage on the JTR. I couldn't find it, but 6000 on the SVS. So power similar, but it's sealed, so you're supposed to get a better sound. It claims to also get under 10 hertz in room, just like this is. So what he's saying is if the JTR can get this loud, it should sound better, and then that's the better sub.
Mm-hmm.
But if it can't play this loud, then he prefers this because it'll shake the socks off of you quite literally, which we'll talk about later on. So if you're gonna cross shopping the two, that's kind of what he means between one or the other.
What is that? Is everything okay?
I'm closing the annular. Doc, get in here now! Are you shutting it in? All right, we're okay. I closed the annular. We got 30 seconds. Doc, you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. Get your finger on the E.
Okay, I want to know. Have you played at all with the plate amp as far as the new controls? When I had the SVS, I had the PB4000, and it had on the top the little LED lights. You can change it, and I had the app too. But the new amps on the back have the controls on the back. Do you find yourself using that at all? Are you like all app now? Is it just all app?
It's all app. I mean, earlier, as you know, I had trouble connecting to the app for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I just turned this on, and you can. It's just like the app. You can just cycle through everything, and I just went to volume, and I turned it up or down. But normally keep it at -16 for movies and about -8 for music. So I just had to turn it down for movies, but that was because the app didn't work. So
Right.
Zero reason to use this.
Yeah, because it does the same thing, huh? I gotcha. All right, question is, you guys can see that there's only one. He's used to having dual subs pretty much most of his time in home theater. He had one clip sub at the time. Then he's been with 2 subs for a while now. SVS recommended him to go dual. He told him the room dimensions, which he's only really utilizing maybe the first half of the room for home theater, and then the back half is more for if you watch his video, he does a lot of worship in the back, things like that, friends over. So he's only utilizing maybe half of it, but this is big enough to pressurize a room maybe, I don't know, another 20 inches bigger. So my question to you is, how has it been using just one single sub?
Yeah. So again, I the problem I'm about to say, I knew it would happen, but it might be once every week or two, like maybe once every 2 months that I have all these 4 seats filled. But when I got in contact with him, I said, here's my budget, $3,200 after tax, whatever. I said, I can either get dual PB3000s or I can get one PB17, but I want all the chairs even bass, because that's what I'm used to. The DN10s didn't play very loud, didn't play under 21 hertz.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, they're totally very unsatisfying, very underwhelming, very distracting. But every seat had the exact same bass. Even this one right here, which you wouldn't think, it's out in the open. It's not really near a wall. Here's about the middle of the room. So, but every seat had even bass. But with this one, it like changes, like it. When you get an upgrade in your room, it like shifts the way your mind thinks about the room. Like it's a different vibe per se. So, like I look at this room differently, like in my mind with this new subwoofer. But this chair has the best bass. This one has about the same bass as this one, just maybe not as rich per se. This one's dead as a doornail. This one is overwhelming. Maybe a bit boomy. I wouldn't say boomy. You're just getting literally like, I mean, you look at that port right there. So that's all. It's all coming right here. Plus you've got that wall right here. Bass hugs walls. So I do still sit right here. But if I've got someone coming over that wants to like hear the sub, of course I've had like 8 people here already that want to hear it. I say, hey, sit right here. But again, the massive output and just the sheer low end that it goes, I don't care. Like if it didn't go below, if I got like the SB17 instead of this and it didn't go below 14 or 15, it would upset me because like I'm not really getting that super low bass and it's not hitting all the seats.
Yep.
And it's not like I had the option to get 2 of these anyway. This is the most I could finance. But one day I'll get another one and I'll have all even. But it's the one thing I don't like is that all seats are not filled. And I kind of knew that would happen, but I would rather have one absolute beast than 2 PB3000s. Like I knew if I got the 3000s, all the seats would be filled, yay. But I knew I wouldn't get as low bass as I wanted.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm 19. I really don't need to, like, I'm seeing people that are like, you know, mid-30s and stuff, and they're just now getting this, and it's like, I mean, it just feels like a slap in the face for someone to respond, like, on a comment or whatever, and be like, you know, you should invest in 2 of them, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, I'm not even old enough to drink alcohol, dude.
There's
like,
bigger things out there than
know.
more important things than subwoofers in life, right?
I'm super blessed to have what I have. Like, I should be like a 40-year-old who just can afford this.
Yeah, you're ahead of the curve for sure for a 20-year-old.
So I'm not even, I don't feel an obligation to have 2 of these or should have blah, 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 but I did want that massive driver, I did want the piano black, and I did want the low bass.
Mm-hmm.
And all 3 of those things you cannot get with dual PB3000.
So the question I have for you, final question before I give him a demo, is, I know you're going to get 2, but the question is the SVS PB17 Ultra in-game subwoofer?
No.
No.
The only thing I can think of that would be better than this would be Youthman's dual RS2s.
Those are in-game?
That would physically rip this house apart. People said this would, but it's like, because I watched one of his videos, and he's like, you know, on the back of the amp on the JTR, I've got it like on a 3rd, and then in the menu I've got it on like -6 or something. I'm like, and they're pressurizing your room and it's not even trying.
Yeah.
This, probably because the way the room is and it's only one driver. This, in the Denon, it's on +12, and on the app, for movies, it's on -16, and for music, it's on like -7 or 8. So it's
darn near maxed out, just about. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys are not understanding what he's saying, in the subwoofer levels of his amplifier, he has them all the way maxed out. And then he likes that more so not because to max it out, but because he likes to control the volume strictly from his phone instead of going into the setup menu and it pops on screen while you're watching a movie or whatever. Go do 10 menus just to get to the subwoofer levels to jack it up and down. So he has it maxed out there so that he can solely control the volume on the app with the SVS sub. And that's set to about -16 for movies. And then you said, what do you usually put on for music?
For music, it's about -7, and for movies, about -16.
Something like that.
You know, 0 is max.
0 is max, yeah.
I only have it on 0 when the volume is really low, and I just want to hear a ton of bass.
Yeah.
But if I want, like, sort of even, like neutral, like I like to have, like, sound and then bass up here a little bit. For movies, it's -16, so that's probably like 80%.
So he has it up pretty good. And like you said, a second one would do more seats justice, but where he sits, it's just fine. So I'm going to pop a demo up for you guys real quick so you guys can hear and see a little bit of the sub in action. All right, so I want to give my quick 2-minute review of it. I think you guys get an idea of John Paul's review. It's a fantastic sub, well worth the money. The only thing that I would get over this is probably the JTR RS1. If you're looking for a sub a similar price, it's not that similar because there's $700, $800 difference in the two. But the JTRs claim to get the same frequency extension while being sealed and smaller. That may appeal to a lot more people. And maybe you have a JTR setup anyway, you just want all of them to match. I personally like the fact that SVS puts an app in there. I am an app person. If I can sit in my seat and tweak my sub on the fly, that is a huge selling point for me. And in 2025, there's still not a lot of companies putting apps in their subs. Everything is on the app. So I think that I think more companies should do that. So SVS is great. And John Paul, you probably knew this already, but they are making an EQ for the sub via the app. So you can use your phone to EQ the sub outside of just Odyssey or whatever room correction you're using. So that's even more of a selling point. And you're getting that for free. I don't think they're going to charge you for the app. God, I hope they don't charge you for that. But we'll see, right? So I'm excited to, hopefully they do that before John Paul moves. He's going to Florida. We'll talk about that in a later video. But but hopefully we can play with that when they release it. So I personally am very impressed. John Paul's home theater is on a concrete slab. It's carpeted barely, like it's just a thin little piece of carpet just to cover the concrete, but it's concrete flooring in here, and it's very hard to make a room shake with concrete in there, and it does it with some authority. And I really love that. Having the room shake and your seats shake around you just really adds to the feel, and it makes bass seem louder because you feel it. It's an experience that I will never give up. I don't know why people put isolation feet on their subs unless they have neighbors below them, whatever. I want to feel it just as much as I hear it. So I am very impressed with the 17 Ultra. I had the 4000s back 6 years ago maybe now, and I love mine. I only got rid of mine to upgrade. I got the itch. But with these, if these were out at the time, I probably would have just upgraded from 4000s to 17 Ultras. So I love it. It sounds good. It can get loud enough to where you bottom out or hear port noise, but you have to be like extreme volume levels before. And he cranked it up to darn near max. And of course, at that point, you can hear mechanical noises and whatever. That's every sub. That's not an SVS sub thing. So I love the way it looks. I'm going to turn the camera around. I love the way it looks. The big driver I'm a fan of. I love the ports and that you can tune this, and you can go in the app and tweak it. I love the curvature of it. I'm a gloss piano person as well. I love the glossy look. So this is a perfect sub, and there's not many subs that look better than this. Maybe Rail has some pretty subs with pretty drivers, but more companies should make a pretty sub, because at the end of the day, this thing is in the front of your room, and everybody who walks in, especially when it's this big, they're gonna see it. So it's nice that SVS not only makes it sound great, but they make it look great. And yeah, I'm glad I got to hear it. So I'm gonna put one more demo up for you guys, so you guys can hear it one more time. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Have you heard this before? Have you heard the new 5000? Do you have the 16 Ultra? Are you upgrading? Let me know kind of your thoughts about SVS and their subs. Are they still the king of subs? Let me know that down below in the comment section. Enjoy the demo. Thank you guys for watching. John Paul, thank you so much for your review, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Stop it! Hey, Tracy, are you seeing this?
Are they not telling you to do anything?
Did she just kick in with that?
Mike, what is that? Is everything okay?
I'm closing the annular. Doc, get in here now! Are you shutting it in? All right, we're okay. I closed the annular. We got 30 seconds. Doc, you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. Get your finger on the EDS. Get ready to cut that pipe.